for my 500th Metro Trans, or well, not 500 Metro Trans, my 500 transit ride in general this year. We have 400 and some on Metro Transit specifically, but yes, I have kept track of every single one of my transit rides this year. We will be waiting for the next Blue Line train. So that's Target Field 2. So if we're going to do the entire thing, we'll have to do Target Field 1 and 2. So that was the original Target Field station. This is a newer one that they built in, I want to say 2015 it opened, maybe 2016. And so to do the full Blue Line, which is what I intend on doing, we're going to have to go to both of those. So we'll wait for this Green Line train to move, and then we'll have our Blue Line train come through. So that shouldn't be too long, but for right now, we'll just be waiting outside the station here and outside the stadium. Of course, no more baseball. Congratulations on the Dodgers for winning the World Series. I'm glad they beat the Yankees, because screw the Yankees. But yeah, right now we're just gonna foam this train going by, and then once our Blue Line train pulls in, then we will take down out to the Mall of America. So yes, currently sitting on 499 Metro Transit. I am again saying Metro Transit. I mean transit rides in general. Transit rides total 499. So this will be 500. But yeah, just wait for this guy to move so we can get our Blue Line. In the meantime, we have these interesting like screen bollard things that the Twins are just putting their logo on, and I assume it will be that way for the rest of the winter. I don't know what else they'd put on there. What is interesting about this railroad crossing here, that's for pedestrians, is that it appears as though the lights are on at all times, and the little train thing. Okay, now they're moving. That's unpleasant. Yeah, that's the train I took to get here. So that was ride 499. Versus these railroad crossing lights were not illuminated, perhaps. That's a Green Line train. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes for our... I think I might hear it pulling up back there. Twins fans dancing on the screen up there. Because why not? Again, I don't know what they would show during the off season, so they're just going to do that. Home opener is April 3rd. So here comes our train. As you can see, it is a Bombardier Flexity Swift, so a Type 1 LRV, which is the better one, in my opinion. I prefer our old types over the new Siemens S70s, S700s. This will be a ride to the mall today. I already have paid my fare, so we'll be set to go here. I guess we'll just wait until they're ready for us. I assume this is our operator. Green Line train's still there. I expect maybe another Green Line train to be pulling in to Target Field 1 northbound soon. And that operator is leaving, so get our new one here. That is interesting that they do switch out operators. They go back and then come back and then they switch out. And that Green Line train's still there. Not the best weather out today. It's a bit chilly in the hands, but it just got cold yesterday. Didn't get a whole lot of trick-or-treaters. That is a very interesting announcement that they don't allow you to exit on this platform anymore. They used to. You used to be able to go from there to there. They don't let you do that anymore. And I also have technically taken the blue line from Target Field 2 to Target Field 1 once before. I think that counts as a trip. I don't know if they're going to open the doors up here, so we might have to go to Target Field 1 anyways. They open it for the green line, but I don't know if they'll open it for the blue line. So we'll see. If not, we'll just move down there. This train's going to be departing at 12:11, so we're going to have to wait for a bit, it appears. We'll see if they open the doors. If not, then we'll run over to the other platform. Still just says Metro on the display board. Not yet Metro Blue Line. The blue box. Comes another green line train pulling in, northbound. I suppose technically for the green line that would be westbound, but relative to cardinal directions it is technically north. I don't know if they're going to open up the doors for us. Yeah, they're moving. It still just says Metro though, not Metro Blue Line. So we'll foam it as it goes by. Our lovely Type 1s. And to tape the front end on it, it appears. I've even seen that in more and more of these Type 1s. And these are old. These are from 2004. Not new in the slightest. But they will stick around in the fleet for another 15 to 20 years, it appears. Which is nice to know that they're not going to be going away anytime soon. Since we're getting on at the first stop, we'll at least get a nice choice of seats. We'll get in the front car. Like here's 109. These have been through it all, but only exclusively run on the blue line, formerly known as the Hiawatha line. That's where these started to operate. But haven't seen much. I have seen reports of them being on the green line, but very rarely are they such. That door closed right after I got in. Take our seat here. Get a nice window. Actually, no, we want to be on the other side. I think slightly better scenery off of this side along Highway 55. So we'll do that. Looks like we're going to be sitting here for another 3 minutes, so I'll find some way to entertain you until then. And I suppose I could just be speaking more facts about the blue line. So yeah, I opened as the Hiawatha line in 2004. Originally it just ran from Warehouse District, which is the next station up, because Target Field wasn't a thing yet. And it went from Warehouse District to Fort Snelling. Later in 2004, it opened all the way to Mall of America. Main thing that delayed it was the airport tunnel, because there is a deep bore tunnel underneath the airport. And even though this line has the deep bore tunnel, it still was cheaper than the green line, even though that's all street running. So I guess that's just how transit be around here these days.
Southbound Blue Line train to Mall of America departing shortly.
Thank you. And indeed, we are a southbound Blue Line train to Mall of America. So these trains have yellow interiors, which is definitely a choice, but a cool one, and I hope they don't paint them. A lot of these are getting refurbished. another Type 1 consist here. They are using 2-car trains for now, which is kind of lame, honestly. Because they used to do 3-car trains, and when they reduced it down to 2 cars this past summer. It'd be cool if they were still 3, though, because that's more unique in the U.S. transit landscape. We are due, but I think this is us. Heading out a minute early. How about that? So another cool thing about this transit ride, not only is it my 500th transit ride total this year, it's also another milestone, my 100th ride on the Metro Blue Line. So that's a cool coincidence, and how fun is that? Blue Line, 100th ride, and the 500th transit ride total. This is my most ridden on transit line this year, amounting for literally a fifth of my rides. And I love it. This is the best of the 2 light rails, for sure.
Warehouse District, Hennepin Avenue Station. Attention, please.
So now the former terminus of the Blue Line, which is just a very weird place to have a terminus, I feel, but it's where it used to be. Didn't have like a turnaround track or anything. It just terminated here in the middle of the street. But I guess that's how they do it in many parts of the U.S. I would say we're gonna get a decent amount of ridership coming on at this stop. Also some really cool buildings, of course. Being the warehouse district, you got like some old brick buildings and some cool stuff. Over there is a mural of Bob Dylan, but obviously kind of being blocked by the train right now, unfortunately. Have Metro Transit technician truck over there. So for all the downtown Minneapolis, Blue Line and Green Line are shared. So you do get some pretty good frequencies here, where elsewhere on the lines they're 12-minute frequencies, which could be better. I think they are going to improve to 10 in the near future, but for right now it's 12. Now this is a Green Line train to Metro Transit. That is something I've never seen before. That's very interesting. Yeah, the Green Line basically exclusively uses Type 2 LRVs, which I think is the lamest of the bunch. Siemens S70s. Everyone uses Siemens S70s in this country. So I think it's really cool that we use Bombardier Flexity Swifts, which is why this is my favorite type.
Mall Station. Attention, please. This is a Blue Line train to Mall of America.
The Nicollet Mall is our pedestrian and bus-only street here in downtown Minneapolis. They're considering even removing the buses from it, making it only pedestrian, which would definitely be a bold choice, but as long as they don't have cars on it, I think that is totally fine. It's a great street. It's great with the buses, but the buses do run kind of slowly up it, honestly. This past week, I literally walked up Nicollet Mall and kept on pace with buses as I was walking along it. So, and that way it could be better. But no cars, so that's nice. On the other side is a Spanish solution platform, which is interesting that they decided to do that on the northbound side, because that's only going to 2 stops and it's there to reduce congestion. And who is going northbound from Nicollet Mall, except for like on Twins games? 1% of people going from the station are going northbound. So that's interesting. I suppose exiting the train, it makes it easier, if you're going on that side, but it's weird.
Government Plaza Station. Attention, please.
Here's Government Plaza Station. This is one of my favorites in
Smoking is not allowed on board.
This is one of my favorites in the system. These are the brick platforms. Now don't run on those when it's raining. It's very slippery. I did that once and nearly paid the price. But it's a very nice looking station. Also interesting that the platforms are kind of angled because it's just directly from the sidewalk up, but they're kind of angled upwards. So the sidewalk's a little bit too low to make it level boarding. And yeah, all the stations here have level boarding, which is very nice. Like our transit system isn't perfect, but the light rail especially, like it's designed well. Better than like Cleveland. Our final stop here at the downtown zone is US Bank Stadium, which we see up there. Very slow 5 mile an hour turn into the stadium.
US Bank Stadium Station. Connect here to Metro Green Line. Attention please.
We're assuming they're Type 3 blue line.
To Mall of America.
Appears that they're getting some training done because there are 3 people in the cab. It'd be hard to fit 3 people in a Type 1 cab, but they can do it on the Type 3s. Actually, the thumbnail for this video was taken, or this live stream was taken at this station. This is the major transfer point between the blue and green line. It's the last downtown zone where they share their stop. A lot of people in green. For the Metro Green Line, obviously. Our own separated right of way, and we will be for pretty much the rest of the trip to the Mall of America, which is nice for sure. For the green line, deviates off the blue line, then heads into downtown St. Paul. That goes down there. You can somewhat see the West Bank Station, not really. Now we're next to the Riverside Plaza towers.
Cedar Riverside Station.
Now welcome to Cedar Riverside Station. Another very beautiful station on this line, in my opinion.
Protect your cell phone or electronic
It's simple, but it's a nice one.
Report theft or suspicious activity.
I like the art. baby, let's go. Yeah, it is worth noting that these trains are definitely louder on the inside than the other ones, although the Type 2s are kind of, they're wearing out. Type 3s though are very smooth and very quiet, which is nice. But these are a bit rough inside.
Franklin Avenue Station. Connect here to these routes 2, 9, 22, and 67.
That's some
Attention,
interesting work on the
please.
platform here.
Smoking is not allowed on board.
This is some new station art with like the flowers on the shelters, which is fun. Already getting a new operator. So, had an operator switch. That's a cool, those are some cool dots, but still a dotted train. Glad we're not on that one. Rika, you saw this train? That's wild. Yeah, I'm in car 117. Yeah, thank you for the congratulations. 500 rides this year. Maybe next year we'll get to 1,000. I don't know. The transit bus depot right here. And also Jefferson lines. Oh, you can't see it at all. I got Jefferson lines there. It's like the local coach bus thing. And that's where they put on the new LRVs. They pull them on right there. Which is kind of cool. You can see the ramp. So with more Type 3s on their way, that will still be used, or more, which is nice. Always gotta love new trains. Then we just crossed over Highway 55, going into uptown South Minneapolis. Awkward that up is south, but welcome to Lake Street Station, my former home station.
Lake Street, Midtown Station. Connect here to Route 21.
Soon to be Metro Beeline. Next year. I'll be there opening day. I can't even read that at all, but Network Now is cool. Glad to see new bus routes. Better frequency on pretty much everything. part of the line will all be along Highway 55. So we'll be running alongside of it. And since cars are stopping at a red light, we are now outpacing cars. So gotta love that. Gotta love outpacing the traffic. Such a win for the foamers. Oh, there's a grain hoppers today. I wonder if it's a Minnesota commercial train going through, because they're really the only ones who use that bit of trackage, and it's rarely used by trains. And there's the end of it. Because those are there because you see a skyline of grain elevators here. Formerly a lot greater of an industry, but they still keep around the old grain hoppers, and I think this is my favorite part, scenery-wise, of the Blue Line. Look at those things. It's so industrial and so beautiful. And then it's storage. My new home station.
14, 22, and 23.
Wow, you were on this on the green line. I've never taken a Type 1 on the green line in my life. And that is quite rare, and I am glad we got to experience that. Yeah, I wonder what the odds are of getting Type 1 on green line anymore. I mean, it is basically zero, which is too bad because Type 1s are better. TOD. Of course, you have to cross a highway to get to the transit, which is kind of lame. But like technically, TOD, I guess. Then a transformer station. This is just such an interesting corridor. You go from TOD to grain elevators to transformer station, abandoned warehouses, and then a strip mall, and a McDonald's. McDonald's is a place. This is just like the corridor for storage facilities. Station. This is a major transfer point, although it should say connect here to Metro A line routes 7, 9, 46, 74, 436, and 446. That's what they used to say, and they just messed it up by calling it a major transfer point. You can list the routes, it's fine. It is kind of interesting that 2 MBTA buses go to this station. And now we're going to hit our first of 2 tunnels on the Blue Line. Yes, there are 2. The first one under Minnehaha. short, cut and cover. I don't know necessarily cut and cover is more like a bridge, but land bridge, but
Clinton Street, Minnehaha Park Station.
still fun to go through.
Attention, please. Be aware of your surroundings and protect your cell phone or electronic device. Promptly report theft or suspicious activity.
Absolutely no one on the northbound platform. And these aren't stop request stops. They stop at every stop, even if there's nobody there. Sometimes I feel like in Bloomington that maybe should be a stop request system. But what are you gonna do? Now we're about to go on our next little street running part, but it's a really cool street running part. Again, one of my favorite parts of the Blue Line. Go to the median of this street, and you're gonna like, well, here we got some apartments, so you know, decent density, but this is the one part of the light rail that's kind of similar to Cleveland, but it's like single family homes next to light rail tracks, which is wild. It's so wild, but it's so cool. I'd love to live here, man. Fulmer shots, almost 24/7, but it doesn't run 24 hours. Green Line used to. Blue Line has never. Likely will never, but it would be cool if it did. Why are you walking on the tracks? Well, anyways, welcome to, what is this? VA Medical Center. It's kind of a fun station, similar in design to the next one, which you'll see. A very colorful train there. But we prefer the ones without dots still. Yeah, every single station on the Blue Line is unique. Green Line is not that way. As in, basically all the Green Line stations use the same template. Blue Line stations, they do still use a pretty similar template, but they're different in more significant ways. This is a cool bridge where you can see the catenary things. They have little lights on them because this is on an approach path to the airport, which is on the other side, but when they rarely use runway 22 and 4, so they need that FAA, so you need to put lights on your catenaries, so it's a bit interesting. Another very fun bridge here. And we'll descend on into Fort Snelling Station, which is basically just a park and ride station, but it also has access to a military base. You're only going to this station if you're going to use the park and ride or going to the military base, because you have no other way to go. It's like everything is blocked. You can't go out that way because you're going into military stuff, so you don't want to go there. United States government property. You go the other way, you have to park and ride, and then more Air National Guard. So, welcome to Forest Mill. Again, very similar. I guess I didn't really see it, but station design looks similar to the medical center in terms of the colors and stuff. Anyways, now we're about to get into the cool, expensive part of this line, that is the D4 tunnel. This is the former terminus. It would just end here with this center track and then head back, but I don't know how great our shots will be inside the tunnel, so we'll try not to get too much reflection here. We'll pick up our speed as we descend on in. That's one thing that I neglected to consider. We're gonna lose connection in this tunnel, so I might lose you guys again if we leave Terminal 1 station. But yeah, this is again another very cool part of the Blue Line. The station, especially because it just leaves like the raw cuts from the. This is a really cool station. Technically, it should no longer be called Terminal 1 Lindbergh Station because they changed that to just be Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. And you can hear all the announcements, especially at Terminal 2, where it's about to say Terminal 2 Humphrey, and they just cut it to just say Terminal 2 and then, like, Stutter Station. But the signs will say Lindbergh and Humphrey because that would be a lot of effort to go through and changing those. Technically, you can go between these two stations free. That is, like, the terminal connector. So this is a free part of the Blue Line. Only if you're going between these two stations, though. Everywhere else you have to pay. Okay, of course it cut out right as we're leaving the tunnel. Again. Welcome to Terminal 2. So it's convenient for like airport employees who are, need to go from one terminal to another. Passengers, of course. It is kind of an inconvenient terminal transfer because you do have to go through security again and stuff. It's kind of lame, but it's better than having like a bus shuttle, I would say. Only this is not this slow. We are being asked to stop. This is kind of a cool pulley system here. The weights. Because you don't want these to fall down. You don't want to drop cat nares. Bad. very slowly moving. Stop. Very interesting. Normally you don't come to a full stop. We'll continue. So this is just a massive graveyard. Massive cemetery for veterans. And it goes literally as far as the eye can see. It is sort of surreal to look at. I don't know if it really comes through on camera, but it is just tombstones forever. I guess that's maybe the point. All the same, it's very wild, very surreal. Delta bus. And now here's a really cool part. Another really cool part. This is, I believe, the only transit accessible diverging diamond interchange. At least the only diverging diamond interchange with a light rail going right through it that I've ever seen. Diverging diamonds aren't very common. You put a light rail through it. That's unheard of. I don't think that exists anywhere else in the world. So that's really cool. Infill station here opened in 2009, American Boulevard. You can cross the street and go to the Northwest Airlines Museum. It's in that hotel. Why it's in a hotel, I don't know. But you can go to the Northwest Airlines Museum. And the station is really here just for hotels. There are a bunch of airport hotels here. And there's some apartments on this side, but I think mostly for hotels. It doesn't get great ridership, but it isn't the worst. This is the only station on the Blue Line that has platforms on like split sides of the street. So yeah, southbound is on the south side of the street and then northbound is on the north side of American Boulevard, which is unique. Because that's not done anywhere else on this line, but it is very common on the Green Line. So this is kind of a template for how the Green Line stations would be like. Bloomington Central is the least used station on the Metro Blue Line. Actually, in the Metro Transit light rail system, it is the least used station. Not really surprising, honestly. There's some cool TV though, with like this health partners office, and then there's apartments on the other side as we saw. But it is kind of wild that this station has to exist because 30th Avenue, which is the next station, is literally like 2 blocks away in Bloomington. It does not need to. It does not need to be 3 stations in Bloomington. Keep American Boulevard. Preferably have just 1 station between here and 30th Avenue. Yeah, no one here. Any offs? I don't see any. Wouldn't be surprised if absolutely nobody used the station. And now we just get a bunch of parking ramps, parking lots, and all that. So here's an undescript one. And then you wouldn't believe what's across the street from this parking ramp. Another one, this one with Metro Transit branding. This is a park and ride. 30th Avenue is a big park and ride station. They do not need a 5-level parking ramp for this parking ride. It's not necessary. Yet they have it. I've actually never been inside that parking ramp. So maybe I should. Maybe I should do that, but yeah. Welcome to 30th Avenue Station. This is like my least favorite station on this line because it's not the least used, but it's only a parking ride. A bit annoying. I mean, you can take MBTA buses and stuff from here technically. All right, one more stop. Train has emptied out, but if you're going past the airport, you're going to go to the Mall of America. Very unlikely that you go anywhere else than the mall if you're going past the airport on this line. This should have been the site for exit 2027. I'm calling BS that it's going to Belgrade. Should have gone here. It would have been perfectly transit accessible, very easy connection to the airport. We just had the pandemic, and if you're gonna have an expo about healthcare, that is like the perfect time to have it. So I'm calling BS that Belgrade got it. They probably bribed the expo people. I don't know. I shouldn't make that accusation without proof. Should have been here though. They take this turn a lot faster and the train like rocks back and forth. Also, transit accessible farmland. Where else do you see this like anywhere in the world? Well, in the world you'll see it a lot in like Europe, but in America, that's literal farm across the street from a light rail line. That does not exist. Next to a home tube and a whirly ball. Bloomington's so weird. It has the Mall of America. We're stopped just outside of it. Why are the crossing gates not coming down? Are we seriously having to wait for cars? We're having to wait for cars on the light rail. This is infuriating. So into the annoying part of the blue line. I did once see we had to wait at this crossing because either a bus or a truck knocked the gate arm off and it fell on the tracks. Thankfully, there were police officers on the train who were able to get the gate arm off the thing, and it ended up working out. But it's just such a weird circumstance. We see a bunch of mini Gilligs, 29-foot Gilligs. There's a 539 and there are 538 or 539 down there. Okay, now the gates are down. Okay, there we go. We didn't have to wait for cars for too long, but we really shouldn't have to wait for cars at all.
Mall of America Station.
This is the last stop, southbound. Please take your belongings with you.
Attention,
Famous
please.
announcements from...
Smoking is not allowed on board.
Except for the last part about smoking. That is a audio bit that was featured, audio sample that was featured at the very end of Jeremy Messersmith's song Light Rail. Definitely check it out. If you're a light rail enthusiast, a guy literally made a song titled Light Rail, about the light rail. It's pretty cool. And Anyways, a 5-mile-an-hour turn. This is a terribly painful mall deviation on the light rail. I don't know why it did take a more direct route, and that is a plan that they're thinking about doing, especially when the Riverview Corridor was a thing. Now the Riverview Corridor got canceled, which is stupid. We'll see if they build a faster connection to the mall on the light rail. I don't know if they will. So we might keep this terrible 5-mile-an-hour section, the very last bit, for who knows how long. Yeah, this is in the bottom floor of a parking garage. Again, a very unique thing that you really don't see anywhere else. You used to have to like cross the street and enter over there. It's not a thing anymore, thankfully. It's now a much more convenient connection to the mall. Thank goodness. You don't have to walk outside either. She used to have to do that to get into the mall, which is kind of wild. The Mystic Lake bus here, going to the casino. Well, apologies to the 5 people who are now here. This is the most ridership viewership we've gotten so far in the stream. But this is the end of the line. So that was transit ride number 500. Welcome to the Mall of America station. Of course, a lot of bus transfers. That Blue Line train is leaving now, so we'll see where we go from here. But that'll do it for this live stream. Thank you all for checking this one out. 500 rides total, and then 100 rides on the Blue Line itself. So that's quite wild. And yeah, welcome to the Mall of America. So thank you all for checking out this live stream. Maybe I'll post a video this weekend, maybe not, but if I don't, then this will be the video for the weekend. And I will see you at some point later. I do have still a lot of videos from Canada that are lined up, so those will be coming out soon. And I will see you later. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.